Hello, everybody. I forgot to tweet. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? Everything's loading. How are we all doing today? Guess we forgot to open up Stream Warrior. I always forget to open up Stream Warrior. How do I always forget to open up Stream Warrior? Every single time I forget to open up Stream Warrior. Do I need to change goal? Nah. There we go. Stream Warrior's open now. Always forget that. So, today we are using the world's most controversial slurry spreader, the CD Models Abbey. Am I? I'm okay. Occasionally Froggy, as the title might suggest. Hoping my voice holds up for the stream. If it doesn't, then so be it. I'll have to end early. I've misplaced my e-cig now. There it is. It was hidden in a fold. Hello, Euro, Nathan, hard worker. Finnish Farmer A1 drones as well. Those are the people that are new to the streams. Don't expect realism. Seriously don't, because that's... The Cobra series has caused some controversy. And I did have to be a bit rude in the comments there, but... I felt like it was kind of necessary, I guess. Hello, Xeon. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's somebody who like decides that everything has to be done one way in Farm Sim because that's the way they've seen it in real life. Like, the minute they see realistic, they think, oh, well, it has to be 100% perfect in every single way because, you know, they said it's realistic. Therefore, the game has no limitations. Oh, yeah, also, this is how I'm feeding my cows now. The Itsy Klitsy. This is how I give my cows grass. I absolutely love this mower. It is my new favorite. This thing is replacing the Profi Hopper. I mean, I'm just gonna come straight out and say that. This thing is wonderful. Where did I get that tanker? I got it directly from CD Models, Xeon. It is not currently available to the public. I don't know if it will be at some point. Because CD is, shall we say, not impressed with Giants for rejecting it. The whole point of playing games is to escape reality. I'm not a farmer in real life. I don't expect anybody who plays, you know, I'm just going to give an example here. I don't expect to see an Assetto Corsa stream from Lewis Hamilton. I don't expect to, well, I do actually expect Nicky Team, professional endurance racing driver, to play endurance racing and iRacing and drive a similar car to the one he does in real life, because that's what he does. But I don't expect, you know, people who do jobs in real life to also play games related to those jobs on YouTube. By the way, the slurry tanker's still filling up. If you're wondering why I didn't jump back into it straight away. Oh, it's full now. Why did Giants reject it? Poly count. They couldn't justify the amount of polys for a slurry tanker, effectively. Hello, that dude. By the way, I don't actually need to slurry the grass fields. I should point that out. In fact, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but yeah. The grass fields, I got 1-stage fertilization, so just mowing them fertilizes them fully. They don't need slurry spread on them. It's just for kind of a realistic application of slurry. Wall, yeah, I got kind of stuck against the wall. Official RainbowDave stream, I've got stuck against something. Haven't flipped yet, but there's still plenty of time. There's still, what, an hour and 20 minutes for me to find something to flip over. You might notice, by the way, that MR is actually turned off at the moment. That's to facilitate me using the T6 on the Abbey, because I wasn't sure how it would react with MR activated, and I didn't want to have a video where I was or even a stream where I'm just kind of crawling around, being super slow and doing nothing of real worth. So that's why I don't have MR activated on the save game at the moment. I will be reactivating it once I'm done with the Abbey. So next West Coast stream will be MR again. Today it's just not, because the Abbey I don't trust with MR yet. I think this is the old version of the T6. There is a new version on the model, but I didn't want to update in case it broke the MR XMLs, so I'm going to stick with the existing version for now at least. Also trying to figure out if chat is broken or if everybody's being quiet, because this is the worst thing, is like nobody talking. Come on guys, say hello, don't be shy. Crawling around doing nothing sounds like real work. I mean, I could do it for a stream and have everybody complain and leave and unsubscribe and then be left with no subscribers and be like, I'm done. Mooton Farm! I mean, come on, Liz, that is the perfect name for a cow farm. You can even have like signs for Moo FC, which is the ultimate cow off. Do I know where to find good hedges for G? Yes, the West Coast. The hedges I use are from... Are they from West Coast? Or are they from Cold? They're from West Coast. So that's that field done. And let's go over to this thing, because I think there's still a field needing... oh, there's a lot of fields needing harvesting. So let's go over to field 9, and I'm just gonna ping in here, because I am too lazy to drive and finagle the header around. Joy of this though is that we will be harvesting at maximum speed. We won't have MR harvesting going on, so this shouldn't take too long. Like, this is the upside of not having MRs. You can harvest a lot faster. Is there a file in the map file? Stefan, if you don't know how to export stuff from G, you probably shouldn't be making a map. I'll be blunt with you. Because exporting stuff from G is one of the absolute basics you have to know in order to get anywhere with map making. Like, realistically, I would say you have to have a basic understanding of at least GE, probably the game itself, to really make a good quality map. And, you know, the more you know about the game, the way that it works, and the limitations of the game, the better your map will be. Because you can work around those limitations pretty easily. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling okay. I mean, I'm a bit... There's still a bit of a frog in my throat. I'm not 100% still, obviously, but I'm getting there. Where the fuck is my water? I put it down somewhere. And I can't for the life of me remember where it was. There it is. You've learned the foliages. That's good, but I mean, that's the easiest thing to do in GE. In fact, you don't really need to learn them. You can just fiddle them around by trial and error. Like when I'm doing foliages, I tend to just trial and error them. Also, I know that I'm just, after cutting a huge chunk off the field here, by driving in a straight line, I'm actually going to go back and get the headland now. I did know about the fish simulation. What else is there kind of hidden away on maps? The west coast here, actually, if I hop out of here and put this onto chicken speed, where is it? Over here. I zip across the map. Actually, I can just teleport myself there, can't I? Frontier sell point here. These two buildings are actually, what Bulletbill's done is he's actually scaled them weird. So if you rescale them to what they're supposed to be, they're actually really, really good grain elevator looking things. You don't really know the functionalities. The functionality is 90% of a map. And Simulation for the Nation, I can tell you for a fact right now that Oakfield doesn't have any little spline things, any animated splines. Because Bulletbill and Oxygen David think that's what causes the funky, weird lag spikes that happen in Sandy Bay, Thornton, the West Coast. So unfortunately they're kind of going the way of the dodo for optimization reasons. And actually, seeing as I'm in Farm Sim, I can talk about this real quick. Because I'm going to do a video on this later, but just while I'm here now, the video will be next week at this point. I think I'm gonna just stream this week, try and train my voice to be back effectively, and see how I do. But for FS17, for Farm Sim 17, if you're making a map, and this is going to be even more important for FS19 going forwards, if you're making a map, all I can smell is steroids. Sorry, I took nasal steroids earlier, and like my nose is actually opening up because of them, so all I can smell right now is steroids. If you're making a map in FS17 or for FS19, if you are not optimizing that map, you are not making a good map. Some of you might know what map I'm kind of referring to here. Now, I will be making a video about that map specifically in time. But if you're not optimizing a map to run on more than just your machine, then you're not making a map properly. Hey, Jag, you've got your sponsor back. All you can smell is all of a sudden. Well, that's what you get for pouring half a bottle onto a tissue, Grassy. I'm guessing notifications just went out. Because a map went up on FSUK recently that has 0 optimization work done to it. And it's kind of listed as a feature of the map, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. Get them Tractor Madnars. Just came from watching Naseville multiplayer. That was fun. That was so much fun. YouTube's playing up. Oh, interesting. Hey, that's working for once. So I just had a look at my stream deck and something that never works is actually working. As a matter of going, I've not touched it in like 2 weeks. Like, being blunt, I felt so terrible the 2 weeks that I was AFK that I literally spent 2 days, 2 full days, sat downstairs on the couch or the chair, wrapped up in a blanket wearing a onesie, because I just physically couldn't do anything else. And for those of you that are wondering, who maybe you're not in the Discord or whatever,
hello, Dave. Dave.
Kevin, Tractor Around Norris, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. For those of you that are wondering where I was, the long and the short of it is I had a viral infection for the better part of 10 days. And I'm still kind of recovering from it. It wreaked absolute mayhem on me. I couldn't talk. When Landy was saying in his streams that I sounded like death, I can't even do the voice that I had. But you kind of heard a glimpse of it late in yesterday's stream towards the end, where my voice was just going and it was nothing but a crackle. That was my voice constantly. And I had no energy and just... I couldn't sleep because I was coughing myself awake. My lungs had actually become inflamed because the coughing had irritated them so much, and that was causing more coughing. So that was a vicious cycle that I'd managed to get into with the cough. I've just realised that's not in the right place. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's where I was the last 2 weeks, was just basically dying and trying to get my voice back and whatnot. Yesterday I actually did a chill stream in Fishing Barents Sea, which is a game that I really enjoy, and the devs are amazing for doing work on it. But obviously, flu wasn't the flu. It was not the flu. Oh my god, I've had the flu before. That was not the flu. It was actually more severe than the flu. Because like my entire body just kind of shut down. There was no real pain as such, but it just kind of shut down. It was like, nope, not gonna do anything for you today. Hey, Liam. Whoops. There you go. I've seen a lot of talk as well on Giant's Discord about the testing list. Like, somebody this morning was suggesting that Giants say, oh, this passed or this failed. This, like, I was looking at that suggestion thinking, are you that stupid that you can't figure out that if a mod is gone off the testing list, the in-testing list, and it's not on the mod hub within probably 24 hours, that it's probably failed? Are you that... do you need everything pointed out to you? Like, do you know how to tie your own shoes? Because that is just a level of silliness. And a level of having to have your hand held through every little bit of life that makes no sense whatsoever to me. Hello, Harley, though. And I'm gonna openly say, like, you're a fool if you think that's necessary. Because it's really not. It's just a small, tiny logic puzzle where you have to look at it. Well, apart from, yeah, Listerland's gone for 2 weeks, and that's fine. You know what? I don't care. The testing this is always kind of a nice little thing. What field is this? This is field 9. Am I feeling better? Yes, much. I know. Okay, I'm gonna come clean here. Almost every day, I actually wear slippers. Like, I'm the kind of person that will take the laziest option where it's available. And for me, seeing as I don't really go out much, I do need to start walking once I'm 100% healthy again. Which will probably be like early next week. I'm gonna start getting up early, going for at least a mile a day of a walk, and yeah, I don't have to wear shoes, honestly. But I'll probably honestly still change into slippers for when I'm streaming because it's just comfortable. It's just comfortable. Like, there's no laziness reason for it other than, you know, I don't have to wear socks and it saves on having dirty clothes around. Can I do another multiplayer Cinefy? Probably not, I'll be honest, Gethin, because none of our schedules really sync at all. When Sim and I are most available to record, Faye's actually at work. When Faye's most available to record, I'm either streaming or Sim's at work. Thank you, Richie. Well, I'm not even going to reference that. Hello to Nero and Luke. And John Deerlover as well. Hello. Guys, if you're gonna ask me to subscribe, just don't, because that's not gonna. That's only gonna result in you getting banned. I subscribe to channels that I enjoy. Like recently, I found a channel that does a series called Infomercialism, which some of it's not PG, but it's a guy who reviews infomercials and the products in them, and it's hilarious. I've been loving it. I've actually got the playlist open. I've been watching through it for the last couple of days, and just really enjoying it. Just good old style reviews of Tat. Fine, Josh. And Matthew, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, mods. I'm not angry with you. As long as the dude got what was coming to him, don't care. See you, Josh. Enjoy. It sends me. Yes. Like, he did a review of the slap chop where he managed to get absolutely everything he tried stuck in the slap chop. Can I play Farmer's Instinct? Gethin, I'm gonna be very, very blunt with my answer here. And it's not trying to disrespect you or the game. I won't play it for a few reasons. One, it just doesn't interest me in the first place. And if a game doesn't interest me, I'm probably not going to play it. Two, it's been DMCA'd from Steam. I literally can't buy it if I wanted to. And three, I don't trust the developers. Like, the fact that I got DMCA'd means the devs were likely, I'm not going to say definitely, but likely doing something they probably shouldn't have been. The fact that it's still down hints that there was almost definitely something they shouldn't have been doing that was in the game. I've heard various rumors from the blatant John Deere Model A that's in the game, to the fact, or I should say the alleged fact, that the game looks very, very similar to Real Farm, which, for those of you that don't know, is a game that came out on Steam a month or two ago. Two rave reviews of, oh my god, this is one of the worst games ever, because it was barely functional. Or barely functional and had no real gameplay or redeeming features in general. Two, like, it's some aspects of it are very similar to not to pure farming, to Farm Expert, actually Professional Farmer 2. But all I know is that it's a game that doesn't interest me. It doesn't look fun. It has something that's, and I know I'm not one to shy away from controversy, but something that's a bit too controversial even for me in it, in terms of the DMCA, which like, when I heard that, I legitimately said, oh my god, I hope Daggerwin takes his videos down because he's opening himself up to a world of pain if that DMCA goes through. Because if it's an engine-based DMCA, if it's based on the entirety of the engine, like, every video on YouTube is open to a DMCA claim. Every single one of them. Daggerwin's, Bread M73's, Virtual Farmers, everybody's. And like, that's something that I don't ever want to see unless, like, if somebody's blatantly just infringing copyrights, then yeah, they deserve it. It's something that I'd never want to see happen to people that I know, or at least that they respect. And I do, as much as I make fun of the realism is key thing, and kind of tease Daggerwin in videos and streams, I do genuinely respect him. Like, his channel was exactly what people wanted at the right time, and yeah, that's why he's got so many subscribers. And from what I've heard, I haven't spoken to him personally, but from talking to Landy, he seems like a genuinely nice guy. So, you know, I'll be very open and say I've got nothing against Daggerwin, I just don't enjoy his content. I don't enjoy how, and I'll be honest, I can pinpoint why I don't like him. I don't like how restrained he is. He doesn't show any personality, and it irritates me when I'm watching a video and there's no personality whatsoever in it. I know that sometimes I do that when I'm feeling down or ill or whatever, and that's part of the reason why I don't want to do videos. And like, even like with mod reviews, obviously they're not going to have much personality in them. I'm just kind of looking about and giving my opinions, but Daggerwin is too restrained. He's too professional. He's, I want to say, too inoffensive. Like, he's, to me, offensively inoffensive. Is that a Darth Vader air freshener? This thing is actually an LED light. It's an LED. There's no, well, the batteries in it are currently dead, but there is a string of LED lights that are Star Wars themed that I love, and have been on my mic boom for like 2 years now. I need to replace the batteries in the battery pack. And for those of you who don't know, I am actually quite a big Star Wars fan. I'm one of the people who gets why there's controversy over The Last Jedi. I get why people want it removed from canon. I really do, but I think as a story arc, the bit that they want removed actually works pretty perfectly. Like, if you follow the full arc, it works pretty well. And like Chris said, if you are enjoying the stream, feel free to hit the like and feel free to hit subscribe. You've never seen Star Wars. John Deere Lover, episodes 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm gonna controversially say 8, are the best. Episodes 1, 2, and 3, no, thank you. Don't like the prequels. They just introduced wildly offensive characters like Jar Jar Binks. You never seen Star Trek? I've watched like a bit of the original series of Star Trek. It's okay, it's not fantastic. Yeah, midi-chlorians, I mean, come on. No. Hey, Annis. How you doing, dude? Yanis, for those of you in Sims Discord, has his own emoji. It's the Yanis dab, because he hates dabs. I've never watched Star Trek. I've watched the original series season 1, some Voyager, and some The Next Generation. I haven't really had the time, I guess, to sit down and just binge watch Star Trek. Although I have heard that Star Trek, is it Discovery, the new one, is atrocious by Star Trek standards. It's just a modern, generic TV show, which, no thanks. But isn't the Fox are doing like the parody show that's actually a really good Star Trek series? Oakfield's in the testing list. Yes, it is. And I suppose I can say now what I couldn't say yesterday. Which, you guys will see me hinting at something in Landy's stream if you were in there yesterday. Giants had told Oxygen David that Oakfield wasn't going to be going back into the testing list. It was supposed to just, as far as you guys are concerned, drop completely at random. What did he say, by any chance? Guys, if you're bored of the stream, I'm just gonna put this out there. If you're bored and you're not enjoying the stream, I'm not holding you here against your will. You can go. How on earth did I get my line so straight? I don't know. I've done broken, haven't I? Like, I'm not using GPS. I'm doing this manually with the keyboard. You can hear the clicking probably. Do I know if Land will be streaming tonight? What day is today? Wednesday, probably. By the way, space people who enjoy space stuff. This is something that I'm genuinely, like, I don't care what time it's happening. I'm going to be watching this. Next Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, is the planned launch of the Falcon Heavy, which oh, shut up, Sid. I literally uninstalled it and reinstalled it from their website, and the exact same thing happened. So I mean, something is screwy either on my end or on their end. The Falcon Heavy TMCC, it is the Falcon 9, SpaceX's Falcon 9, which is already an amazing rocket because it like goes up and then they land it. And Elon Musk, in his infinite bizarreness, has decided that he wants to strap 3 of them together and launch it. Now the payload on the Falcon Heavy launch, I'm not making this up, is Elon Musk's personal Tesla Roadster. Because he also owns Tesla, if you didn't know. And currently Elon Musk, well, he also owns a company called The Boring Company, which is a tunnel boring company. which is to do the Hyperloop. And the Boring Company is currently selling, I kid you not, actual flamethrowers. So all this week his Twitter feed has been full of zombie apocalypse jokes and various fire puns. This man is a multi-billionaire. He is insanely smart. He is insanely rich. And he dedicates his time at the moment to making puns about the zombie apocalypse and or fire. If you don't like Elon Musk, there's something wrong with you. Like he is my spirit animal. I absolutely love him because he's such a wonderful troll. I've seen the Pure Farming trailer. It's got the JCB 8000 series in. I have seen the pictures of the 8000 series. I've seen a few pictures that I think are from Pure Farming. I'll be honest, that game, it's kind of redeeming itself a small bit, but being blunt, if there's no mod support, if there's not even multiplayer, it's DOA, it's dead on arrival. It's just not worth. What would I do if I was a multi-billionaire? Probably something similar to Elon Musk, to be honest. I'd probably set up some sort of weird company that just sells random junk. It has a funny name. I'd probably just be an Elon Musk impersonator. Do similar stuff to him. Because, I mean, I genuinely think he's just like... Because, for those of you who don't know who Elon Musk actually is, he, in the 90s, the late 90s, set up a little website that you might have heard of. And that website is called PayPal. He is the founder of PayPal. He is the founder of Tesla. He is the founder of SpaceX. He is the founder of the Boring Company. He actually came up with the idea for the Hyperloop. He is effectively Tony Stark from Iron Man. And I'm just waiting for him to decide that Tesla now needs to start building mech suits, because I can see that coming in a couple of years' time. Like, Pure Farming, I think, has some interesting ideas, but they need to have done their market research. And if they did their market research, they would have found out that, hey, Farming Sim is the market leader. Farming Simulator is the market leader. What does Farming Simulator have? It's got sheep. Okay, that's a pre-order bonus. Wait, what? Sheep is a pre-order bonus in a farming game. I'm gonna say that again, just in case you didn't hear me properly. Sheep is a pre-order bonus in a farming game. Sheep, the things that go bad. In their AAA gaming world, sheep are not necessary in a farming game. They've also got a map that's a pre-order bonus. Like, there's so many reasons that I don't trust Pure. And I'll be very, very blunt here. I ain't touching it unless they send me a key. Cows are in it by default, and I think pigs and goats. Oh yeah, it's got hemp. It's got hemp in it, so I mean, you can meme it up. But it doesn't have sheep. You can't get wool. can't have lamb chops. So it's one sheep involved in farming, all just gonna make food. Thing is like sheep are probably the most farmed animals in the world after cows. And I'm gonna openly say, pure farming, you're idiots for thinking that's gonna like be a successful strategy. What game has goats? Pure farming, but it doesn't have sheep. It's got goat farming. I think it's goats. I'm not sure. It's got some like weird animal. So I like hurling a bit. I like watching it occasionally. I'm not overly pushed by sports that aren't motor racing, to be honest. I'm excited by Fernando Alonso being in Formula 1 and the WEC this year. And the news broke last night, actually, but I didn't see it until today, that the World Endurance Championship is actually thinking of moving one of its races. So Fernando Alonso can take part because it currently clashes with a Formula 1 race. Granted, the race they're thinking of moving is the Fuji race. Fernando Alonso drives for Toyota, and Fuji Raceway in Japan is owned by Toyota, who pay for the race to actually exist. So I think there might be a bit of sway there in terms of moving the race for Fernando Alonso to actually take part. How much would a PC build cost to play FS17 and ATS? How much do you want to spend? Yes, there's more than one LMP1 team. There's just the one factory team. They've changed the rules of LMP1 this year, kind of in a weird way. Like, the factory teams still exist, but there's also a privateer championship that's non-hybrid, so you'll end up with Toyota basically running away with the championship, winning Le Mans, assuming they don't explode again, which... It's Toyota. I fully expect them to explode at Le Mans twice this season, seeing as it's the super season, because they're changing from a summer season to a winter-y season. Like currently Le Mans is somewhere in the middle of the calendar. As of this current super season, it's going to be at the end of the calendar, so Le Mans ends the World Endurance Championship, which I think is actually a good idea. So this year's championship will have 2 Le Mans, a few like other random races. Why are F1 cars not in Forza? Forza does have Formula 1 cars. It's got the Renault RS18, it's got the Ferrari it's the 312, the McLaren MP44, which is by far my favourite Formula 1 car of all time. The most successful, the prettiest, just the best. It's got a 1970s McLaren, James Hunt's McLaren, actually the one that he went into when he was world champion. It's got Ferraris, Porsches, all that kind of stuff from the 50s, 60s, and even before then. How are all my bales? Now the Battle of the Field with Massing it. Because I bailed correctly. You see the Grand Tour piece on Lancia. I have not actually watched any of the Grand Tour. I don't have Amazon Prime, so I don't watch Amazon Prime Video as a result. Forza 6. Forza 6 also had the MP44. Actually, Forza 6 had a few Formula 1 cars. I think it also had the Renault, but they were DLC. Hello, Eddie. Dengar, shush, we don't encourage that kind of stuff. AFFC, I'm gonna undo my jumper a bit here. Dengar's gonna approve of this. I'm actually wearing my Tipperary jersey at the moment because it's really nice and comfortable. Figured Glengar would approve. To be fair, Gar, I'm gonna be honest. Kilkenny have only the only place Kilkenny can go are downhill. The team that was there 3, 4, 5 years ago was just unbeatable. Well, pretty much. So is it hardly that surprising that they've gone downhill since having probably the strongest hurling team of all time? No, because that's the only place they could have gone. Hey, Speed is Key. I have returned to streaming and YouTube in general after my slight illness and minor death. I guess it's like saying after the start of the 2000s in Formula 1 that Ferrari went downhill because it was the only place they could go. Or after the 1988 season when McLaren had the MP44 and literally won every race, that McLaren are going downhill because when you're on top there's only one place you can go. There's only one direction you can go, which is down. You know, when Mercedes start... And this is going to happen in Formula 1 now. Mercedes are damn near unbeatable. When the rules change and don't suit Mercedes as much as they do now, people say, oh, Mercedes have gone downhill. No, the rules will have changed. The way things work will have changed, because, you know, Mercedes weren't very good before the V6 era, because they were able to put extra money into the V6 because they didn't have to worry about the V8. Ferrari and Ferrari and actually Renault kind of dominated the V8 here. I'll be honest, the next era, the next engine configuration is possibly going to suit Ferrari. Granted, the V10s are a bit of a weird blip because they were there for so long that it basically they had achieved parity, except for the hilariously bad Peugeot engine and the Honda's exploding every 2 weeks. But like, it's a thing in all sports that, we'll say, one rule change can have a domino effect that changes everything. You know, there could be a rule change in Formula 1 in 3 years' time that introduces a really restrictive cost cap, and you could see Haas becoming world champions, or Sauber, and you could see Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren and Red Bull really struggling because they can't cut costs enough, and they keep getting fines, and they're just really flailing madly. It won't happen, but I mean, it could. And you know, one rule change can flip a sport on its head. I'm good, Darren. I'll give you a good example for those of you who watch soccer. And I know I call it soccer, I know it's called football, but I call it soccer. The video assistant referees, the VARs, look at how much chaos they're causing in the Premier League in England, in like the Premier League and FA Cup. Look at the amount of chaos they're causing, because it's new and it's different and nobody quite understands it, and everybody's confused and nobody quite knows what's going on. That's what a rule change can do. Like, when I say a rule change can change a sport completely and flip it on its head, that's what I mean. Like, rugby changed very much for the better with the video referee. The way that works in rugby, I think, is near perfect. The video ref can flag things up to the referee. Referee can wait until the ball goes out of play, go back to whatever the video ref wants it to look at, say, oh, actually, yes, I've made a mistake there. This is what the correct decision should have been. Or, you know, say, I need to see more replays of this because now I'm suspicious. Or the referee will say, make a decision, snap judgment on the field, wait until the ball goes out of play and say, hey, well, video ref, I made a judgment. We'll say this dude here, number 6 for the Reds. Why not? Could you go back to this bit of play, show me exactly what happened, give me a few angles so that I can make a proper, correct decision based on all available evidence. That's how sports should work. Especially with referees. Like, VAR in football is a complete joke. It's so restrictive and everybody's like, well, it's going to slow the game down, of course. Well, yeah, but it's going to... Like, people are complaining the decisions are wrong because they're under such pressure to get things right. It's not going to work that way. It's not going to work if they're trying to do things as quickly as possible. They need to accept that the VAR, VORF is going to slow things down. Hawkeye in GAA, yeah. That's one of the best ideas they come up with. I'd prefer video ref, but Hawkeye's probably a good second. And Janice, that doesn't happen in rugby, that's the thing. Like, the referee can miss something and the video ref can say, are you sure? I'm just going to show you this bit here. Hang on. Look at I'm just going to show you this clip here. The video ref can't say, this is what you should be doing, but he can say, try looking at this. And like, the video ref, I've seen it happen so many times, the video ref kind of guides the referee to the correct decision if there's a blatant mistake. And I just love that. And there's hilarious respect for the referees in rugby. In no other sport can a 6'6", like 20-stone, huge muscle-bound man be told, "You're a naughty boy," and very meekly reply, "Sorry, sir." It's just hilarious to me. They're like these huge men who are basically beating the crap out of each other for 80 minutes on the pitch. As soon as the referee says no, they're like, sorry, didn't mean to do it. Am I in PC? Yes. And somebody asked earlier about server details. There is no server. This is single player. Hey, James. That was a fun little, I don't want to call it a rant, little discussion about sports. And anything like the Tullow tank. Oh, you're asking, yeah. I would consider myself more like the Rock of Cashel. Rugby, yeah, rugby is by... I think rugby's pretty close to the perfect sport, to be honest. In terms of how the rules are written, how they're enforced, and how they're innovated upon. Come back to me coughing. Yeah, expect that for a while again. When does the Six Nations start? I've not been following that at all. Like, I won't be able to follow most of the matches streams, but I'm gonna try and follow a few. Actually, I could get might be able to watch some Six Nations while streaming. Saturday, I might have to set something up that I can watch Six Nations while streaming. Because I do have a method I could use. Ireland have a good chance this year. I think Ireland have a good chance most years. Like, Ireland are in a good place in terms of strength of the current team and talent coming forwards. I know they got East in the Fama now. Is there East in the Fama they got now available? They got somebody who's like from the Southern Hemisphere that is available now because they never played for like their own national team. Joey Carberry is a massive loss. I think Bundyaki, that's it. Do you know who I feel really sorry for is Tommy O'Donnell, because like he's injured so much that his career is basically over. Like, it's such a shame to see somebody who, what, 3-4 years ago was one of the best number 7s possibly in the world. And his career is just kind of done because he's been injured so much and so often that honestly, if I was picking a team, I probably wouldn't pick him because he's an injury risk. He's a liability. Tommy Bowe's retiring, yeah. And then you've got Simon Zebo going over to France. I think it's France he's saying after. I've met a few of the Irish rugby team, by the way. I've met Ronan O'Gara. Bumped into Ryan O'Driscoll, I think, once or twice. Tommy O'Donnell a few times. And then just like various other players at various times that I probably didn't recognise them. I bumped into, I don't know if he's still even the coach, but Declan Kidney in Cork one day. I was out shopping and Declan Kidney was out shopping too, and kind of saw him in the game section with his possibly son, possibly like nephew or something. But yeah, saw Declan Kidney just out randomly. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of Red Pope. I met Pat Kenny in Croke Park once. Speediest Key, are you the one that bought the hoodie? Are you the person that bought the hoodie? Speediest Key, could you send me a picture on Twitter or Facebook or Discord or something? Because I want to see what the hoodie is actually like. Because I've been wondering since I saw that somebody bought one. Who on earth bought the hoodie? Because I'm kind of tempted to buy one, but it does cost quite a lot, and that's the problem with Sprite Shirt. Because like, if I'm not happy with the hoodie, I can do a bit of a redesign, and then you get your own personal unique hoodie. Gordon Darcy. My parents went to, this is not the best place, you know, meet people, but they went to a funeral in Cashel for somebody my dad used to know. And pretty much half the Irish rugby team was there. Because he used to be, like, big in rugby around the local area, well, locally and kind of in a way nationally. So, like, Ronan O'Gara, Gordon Darcy, Nick Galway, just like all the names from basically the last 10-15 years were there, and it was kind of amazing. You met the Vodafone guy. Well, I met as well, I should say bumped into because it was basically literal that this happened. I bumped into, and I'm not making this story up. This is 100% true. It wasn't Axel Foley at all there, no. It was somebody else. Who I bumped into was Niall Quinn. And how it happened was genuine true story. I used to live in Sunderland when he was chairman of Sunderland FC. And it was during the period where England were like host candidates for World Cup, the one that Russia got, which I'm not going to go into my thoughts on Russia, but there was a filming day at the Stadium of Light because Sunderland was one of the candidate cities, and I went to the filming day because, hey, why not? So at the filming day, out on the pitch, you know, running around, listening to the director talking to us and giving directions as directors tend to. And at one point I'm kind of doing the thing the director said, and who should I pretty much run straight into but Niall Quinn, surrounded by like Sunderland executives and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oops. Like, I made a very quick change of direction. Thank you very much, Speed is Key. I'll check it out in Discord. Oh, I can check it out right now. If it's on Discord, I can check it while here. What room is it in? I should really be able to... Why is Discord not loading? Discord on my phone is not loading because the Wi-Fi is locked. Wi-Fi on my phone doesn't like working very well. General. Okay, so I'm in general as is. I just need to wait for it to bother. It's not loading Wi-Fi. Why is it not loading Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi. I literally can't check because my Wi-Fi is not working. Specifically on my phone, so I think I might need to fiddle the settings for that networks. Just try and get it working a bit more reliably. If I close Discord, go into the options. Connections. Wi-Fi. It says it's connecting. It's just not connecting. Authentication error occurred. No, that's... I need to reset my phone. Great driving. In my defense, Tara, I'm not actually watching what I'm doing. Log into that. It's gone. Where's the truck? So, how much... What was it we just harvested? Wheat. Yeah, how much wheat do we have in storage? Because I think we're getting up close to the 100,000. 60,000, that's about a trailer load. So we'll bring that over to Clifftop Farm with the truck. No, sign into Wi-Fi. So don't subscribe. Yeah, I don't particularly care. People subscribe and unsubscribe all the time. It doesn't matter too much to me. So while I'm filling this up, I'll just... that doesn't look too bad. $47,000 litres is a truckload. That's fine. That'll work for me. To be honest, basically, I wasn't even looking at the carpet. I was more interested in the hoodie itself. See ya, AF. So we'll make our way down to Cliff Top. Welcome back, EJ. Make our way down to Cliff Top Farm. I think we'll do some cultivating then. I want to get rid of the bloody sugar cane at long last. Hello, Army Assassin. Brendan 4255. Whoops. How many things have got sold? I haven't checked actually in quite a while. I haven't got any emails lately, so I don't think there's anything been sold since before Christmas. But I think there's been 3 or 4 mugs, a couple of travel mugs, one of which was to me, the hoodie and the drinks bottle. As for do I have the T7 from the mod hub, I do, but it's not activated in the save. Like everything you've seen mod spotlights on, I actually still have in my mod folder. I need to do a bit of clear out soonish, just to get rid of the stuff that I think is junk, especially the Merlot, which I think I still have. Ugh. I do have one mod that I don't like that I'll do a spotlight on. That is probably well, 2 mods that I don't like actually. That they're probably going to be negative spotlights. I'll be honest. And I will say actually, I'm going to be a lot more picky about where I get my mods. Some of you guys might have seen on Discord an announcement I put up a few days ago. There was effectively an FSUK announcement. Basically, I am not really going to be using Mod Hoster all that much anymore. Why spotlight a bad mod? To talk about why it's bad and how it can be improved. It's all these things where I like showing off bad mods sometimes just to say, look, it could be improved and this is how. But Mod Hoster, I'm not going to be using that all that much anymore. There'll be a few mods that I have from Mod Hoster. I won't be publicizing the site. I won't be encouraging you guys to go to it. A simple reason for that is because honestly, it's no better than a dodgy site now. You can, well no, you can't really do that for PC, Dara, even. What's the crack with the Abbeys? They failed testing, they've got too many polys. Like Giants, I don't know if Brian put this out publicly, but I've seen the actual, like, test report that Brian, CD got back, Brian. And it wasn't like, this is terrible, it'll never go up, and all this kind of stuff. That's a really good Vince McMahon impression. But the testing report was basically like, they're good, but you can do better. Like, that's not really negative. It's like, Giants have got more picky lately. VF, try FSUK. FSUK, Marhu.net, even though that's just a plethora of uploaded link as well. And Giants Mod Hub are the 3 sites that I would recommend for mods. And of course FSUK in the very near future is going to have an almighty mod dump from the Love and Gold Rush. The game that is horrifically optimized. See, he's better than Giants. Not really. Speed is key. I'm gonna be blunt. There's only one modder that I know of that I would consider to be better than Giants in terms of base mod quality, without any of the scripts, without anything else. That person's MadXJS, and from what I've heard, Giants actually agree there. Like, from what I've heard, I don't know the truth of this, but from what I've heard, Giants have pretty much openly said to Matt, XJS, and to certain other people that the quality he puts out is the same, if not better, than what they can do. He is the only modder I've ever heard them say that about. Oh, Matt's DLC is going to be amazing. That's coming, for those of you that don't know, MadXJS DLC is coming on March 29th. So just literally 2 weeks after Ropa. If you're wondering, I will be getting Ropa. I'll be effectively just getting that for the channel, so that I can do a DLC review and probably say, hey, this isn't worth your money. Just stick with the in-game Homer stuff. This is going to be an FS19 anyway. There's not much of a reason to get it. Might give him a job. I don't know if he'd even want it. Like, that's being blunt, Klinger. I don't know if he'd actually accept a job offer from Giants. Because I think he enjoys modding because it's fun to him. He doesn't seem to, from what I've heard and seen in private conversations, he doesn't seem to enjoy like the work-like nature of the DLC. And yes, you will have to pay for it, Jack. It will be a paid DLC. Let's sell some barley as well at Frontier, actually. Wonderful. Also coming up March 29th, in theory at least, is the Grimmy DLC from Team FSI modding. And in terms of like the 3 upcoming DLCs, Homer I'll get for the Ropa I'll get for the channel, Grimme I'll get for the channel, Matt's DLC. Oh, that's all from me. That's gonna be a gift to myself. Like some DLCs. Oh, my voice is going. Voice crack. Some DLCs I'll get for the channel and then realize, actually I really enjoy this DLC. You know, I'm going to play it off camera. Or I'm going to go ham with playing with it. Actually, Coon is a good example of that style of DLC where I really enjoy it. Some I'll get just for the channel, maybe the memes, which would be kind of big bud. And honestly, the biggest waste of money so far has been gold, or whatever it is. Platinum? That was a complete waste of money. I didn't even make money back on the video I did. Or the videos I did on Platinum. Which, for those of you that don't know, this channel is effectively my job, so if I'm not making money back on stuff, then it is just me wasting my time and money. Hello, Guillermo. Am I gonna use Black Sheep's Digger? Yes. That is gonna be really good for making money off. I'll be blunt. That's gonna be a mod review. I might not like it. I'll be open and honest there. I might not like the Digger. Having seen the textures, I feel like they could be better. I feel like the textures could be improved just from the screenshots I've seen. I might be wrong. I might change my opinion, my mind, seeing it kind of in-game. But I feel like the textures could do with some work. I get the horrific feeling the dirt map is going to be a hot mess. Which is just a failing point for me on so many mods. The model can be really, really beautiful, really perfect, and then you get this horrifically bad dirt map, and it's just like, well, you've got this far, you've done the hard bit. Why didn't you just make a good dirt skin? Like, the hardest part about making a mod is making the model in the first place, and then in gaming it. And then there are so many modders that will do all the hard work and then just put on this horrifically basic and bad dirt skin. And it's sad, and that's why I get really picky with the textures, because they honestly are some of the easiest bits for the modder to do. Because it's just painting stuff. The Merlot doesn't count. The Merlot is ancient. That's from FS13 and blatantly from FS13. The same with the TS pack that came out recently. That's an FS13 mod. Something that I didn't know. Hello, man, by the way. Something that I didn't know until yesterday, or this morning, I can't remember which, was Peter J's Massey Ferguson 240. That, I thought that was an FS11 mod. I was wrong. That was originally released in Farming Simulator 2009. That is ancient in farm sim terms. That is just prehistoric. And like, if FS11 mods looked bad in FS13, and they did, they stood out like a sore thumb if they were done badly. And and they still do stand out bad, you know, like a sore thumb. Just more so. Now, but Peter J has somehow managed to get the Massey 240. It's the same model. It's the same basic model that he's had all these years. He's got that up from FS09 to FS17, and it looks amazing. It looks really good. Like, he might not be, you know, the best modeler in the world. There's gonna be a few rough edges with his stuff, but the fact that he got a mod that's that old and brought it up to standards after 7-8 years, that just gives you hope for modders moving forward. So that maybe they'll, you know, they'll put a bit more effort in, seeing that Peter J can bring up an 8-year-old mod and have it look as good as it does. I'm intentionally not bailing today, by the way, because I don't have MR on. Anyone think forward for FS19 base game? Ain't gonna happen, Speed of Ski. Gonna be blunt. That's not gonna happen. Ford won't come to Farm Sim because they don't have any interest in farming. I just noticed the time, and Landy's gonna be going into countdown in probably about a minute. So I'm not actually going to do some cultivating like I said I would. I'm going to actually muck out the cows and clean them out instead. Because I don't want to like start something and then be like, okay, we started, now we're done. You know, I don't want to start a long-ish job. We might come back to this tomorrow. I might do some cold burr tomorrow and finish off the ploughing that I did in the video that annoyed that one person so very, very much. Do I farm in real life? No. Have I driven a tractor? No. Although I could possibly, if I could arrange transport, get access to something that I'm sure a lot of you would like to drive at some point. That's not, in my eyes, ideal, but I do know somebody who, on their family farm, they have a little grey tractor that you might have heard of. A little grey tractor called the Ferguson TE20. So I could potentially maybe get access to that in time. T63. Thing is, I'm a lot more interested in the Froggies, the old Froggies, the T20, the 135. Yeah, that kind of era of tractors from the 40s. Because the Froggy T20 was released originally in 1949, right up to the kind of late 70s with the end of the 135 era. And that's kind of where my love of tractors lies, is that kind of era of farming, which is why you'll often see me using kind of weird small equipment. It's because it kind of fits in with the style of farming that if I was doing it in real life I would probably do, which wouldn't be financially viable, unfortunately. It would have, you know, if I were doing it, it would have to be a hobby farm, but I just love the old equipment so much. Like especially from that era, the late 40s, where they just kind of, that was the kind of time period where they just kind of figured out what shape a tractor has, basically, because before then they basically looked like tanks for the most part. If you look at a tractor from we'll say World War II kind of time period, the mid 40s, they look ridiculous. They are literally just an engine with some wheels attached. And then if you move forward just like 3-4 years, you get the TE20, which in some ways, especially with the Ferguson system, as they advertised it, set kind of benchmarks for how even modern tractors look, with the front engine arrangement, the 3-point hitches, PTOs. I don't think the TE20 had hydraulics, but it might have had some kind of very basic rudimentary hydraulics. But the TE20 really is the grandfather of most modern tractors. And yeah, before the TE20 and the Ferguson system, realistically, everything was belt driven. It was just a belt that drove everything on a farm. Which, you know, it was universal, yeah, but it wasn't exactly ideal. I'm trying to figure out something else I can potentially do, and I'm just, like, running a blank. Landy should be live by now, by the way. I'm assuming he is. I'm gonna just double check on my end. Is he live on countdown? No, why? Landy, you're slacking. I'll tell you, I can't do that in a minute. But I'm gonna leave it here, guys. My voice is pretty much gone at this point. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button as you're leaving, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to the people who unsubscribed there at the end, by the way. I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on the West Coast. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.